G'day everyone, James here with JWN Lawn Care and Landscaping, bringing you another video. Hello everyone, welcome back. Another video for you. I feel like I should just get some sort of content out for you guys while I'm not doing much mowing. I might actually make a video a little bit later today. I'm going to hopefully be going out and doing a couple of lawns locally that I've still got left that I do myself. So what's this? Busy times. I thought I'd make a video today just talking about not equipment as such, but what we use to keep our equipment going. So oils, trimmer line and so on, and what the best method is for going about buying that stuff, what you should buy, what you should use, so on. Now for me, obviously running a part-time operation, I can't speak for people who are doing this full-time. Like, you know, out there all day, every day, there might be better products that some guys that are out in this, like, you know, 5 days a week, would say is something more useful than what I use. I try to get what I have been led to believe is the kind of professional level stuff and so on. Oops, sorry. Because, you know, it's easier for me, less problems and so on. But if there's any guys out there running this big time and you actually reckon there's some better products out there or different products, let me know in the comments below, because I'd be really interested to hear from you. Hey, if we don't learn from each other, how do we grow, right? So if you don't tell me there's something better out there, I'm never going to know. And I always love taking advice to heart. So for stuff like, you know, you walk into a Bunnings or a Home Hardware or Walmart, what are the other ones? They have Lowe's, I think, if you're in the US and so on like that. And you could get your little, like, 1 litre chain bottle, or you can even get those, like, really mini bottles like that big for oil and so on. I don't know if I have one here left. But basically you can get around 1 to 1.5 litre bottles of various oils and other stuff. And I'm going to put a thing here so this doesn't keep closing on me. And now, for someone on the home gardener scale, that's probably a pretty good idea, right? Because you're kind of using your own little mower once every couple of weeks or whatever, for half an hour, and then you're done with it. So one of those smaller bottles works really well. And honestly, at that level, you can kind of use whatever, and it will get you by. If you use a cheap oil, it's fine. It's not really gonna do much, and you're not going to notice much because you're not really using your machine long enough to actually see any positive or negative impacts from that. Once you get into the bigger game though, a lot of companies do offer deals. So like Stihl, for example, they have, oh, here's one of those little oil bottles, here we go. So this is what I used to use, right? We used to have a bunch of these, God knows where we even got from, and there was similar ones for Ryobi. This is 200 mils, so this will make, this is pretty good stuff, Valvoline 2-stroke. This is a pretty good quality oil. So 25 to 1 mix, this entire little thing, I've still got a little bit in there, will make 5 litres of 2-stroke. So, you know, for your home gardener, this sort of size thing is good. Now, back onto the dealerships, right? When you buy a new piece of equipment, and I'm sure it's the same for Echo and so on, they have like a bit of a deal where if you buy one of their packs of oil or whatever, I think in the US, if you buy like a 6-pack of oils about that size, with Stihl and Echo and other brands like that, here in Australia, it's, I think you can buy the little packs, but mainly it's the 1.5 litre chamber bottle, which I used to use a lot of. It doubles your warranty. Now, that's a pretty good deal, right? So I like doing that. With me, with my dealer, up with Rob, they're so good to me, like, I don't even need to buy the oil these days. They're just like, oh, I'll put a double warranty for you anyhow. And honestly, even if I had no warranty, they still take care of me, right? And that's what you get with good dealers. What I'd like to see is some deals for the bigger oil packs, right? Because I'm now actually using this stuff. This is still the same as what... I'm trying to put it somewhere, top of our saw. There we go. This is the same oil as what I used to use. So I used to buy the HP Ultra 50-to-1 oil from Stihl. It was in a 1.5 litre chamber pack that you'd like, you know, have the squeezy bottle. I've got one in my trailer that I still use. I fill up from this. So because it's got the measuring thing, if I need to measure it out on the job, it's got a little part where you squeeze the oil into it and it fills it up and says how many litres, and then you pour that part into the petrol can and away you go. So yeah, I fill that up from this, and this lasts me ages, right? 5 litres. It's the best quality Stihl oil you can get, apparently. So it's the bio-friendly one, ethanol, all that sort of stuff. I don't know what half these mean, but this is basically, apparently, I just said to Rob, I said, look, just get me the best quality oil you have, right? So 100 mils of this, 100 mils of this makes 5 litres of 2-stroke. Got a whole bunch of gibberish there. If we find some English somewhere, there we go. Fully synthetic, biodegradable. So this stuff's good for the environment, for all you Hessian underpant environmentalist people. No offense. And it's also it's better for the engines. So with this, as opposed to like the Valvoline, or especially like the cheaper Ryobi oils and so on, this creates less smoke, it runs cleaner in the engine, makes the engine run a bit smoother, I've found. And because, even though I'm only doing this part-time, I'm actually using my equipment enough to notice the difference. With this oil, it's a lot nicer to run with, I find. So that's my 2-stroke oil. Now, here's the thing. Buy in bulk where you can, even if you don't really need it. So it would take me at least 6 months, I think, to get through this, right? Just because, you know, we don't use our trimmers for super long for each job, and, you know, only working 1 day a week, it means that I'm, like, it would take me a long time to get through this, right? So, it's probably, honestly, like, I could still run, and I can happily run off the 1.5 litre chamber packs. They'd still last me a good month or two, right? But this, it's actually more economical for me. I think this was $50 odd or something for 5 litres, where the 1.5 litre chamber packs are about 23 or around that. I think, I honestly can't remember, but it's around the $20 range for the 1.5 litres, and it's around the $50 to $60 range for this, from memory. So you actually save quite a bit of money buying this, as opposed to buying just the individual chamber packs. So when you're a homeowner, no, you probably won't notice much of a difference. You can buy the 5 litres. There are some guys out there that are really serious about their gardening, even if they're not like doing it professionally. But honestly, it's probably not worth it. You're probably going to still get plenty of life out of a 1.5 litre or smaller bottle. For guys that are in the industry, though, getting like 5 litre or above is really good. I was actually hoping to get more than 5 litres. I actually would have liked to have gone 10 litres, but as I said, this works well for me. It's got a nice spouty thing, so I normally... where's the cap gone? Because I normally put a cap over that. Oh, there it is. So, I mean, you got your cap, and then the spout stores by. Just keep the spout on it all the time and put the cap over the top to keep dust out and stuff. So this is kind of my rack for... I've got my old cylinder mower there still. A small rack for oils and stuff. So I've also got 5 litres of Roundup, Super 570. This is the strongest stuff you can buy commercially. This is really strong. So I think with this, you're supposed to only... Like this, you use agricultural applications, you know, for killing like various grasses and big weeds and stuff, woody weeds. There's a general weed control, 6.5 mils per litre of water. That's some strong stuff, guys. So you gotta be careful when you're using this Group M. Now here's the thing, right? Because I know as soon as people have seen this, they're going to go all up in the air. Oh, Roundup, oh, causes cancer, woo! All that sort of stuff. Guys, don't listen to the news, please, for like the love of God. Especially the pretty well-regarded bullshit news channels, if I can call them that. You know, like the Daily Telegraph or the Daily Mail, whatever it is. all they do these days is they're just trying to stir public, you know, fear to get more views of their articles and to just kind of create a bit of a scandal, you know, or, you know, all this sort of stuff. It's bullshit, man. I've been using Roundup for years, and never had a problem. Ever. Here's the thing. Bunch of the dudes that are currently suing Monsanto who makes Roundup, number one, they were using stuff even stronger than this that you have to go to, like, ag supply shops to buy, for, like, big commercial farming applications and so on. And from what I've heard, one of the geniuses who's recently won a case against them got himself drenched in it. Okay, yep, anything that's a chemical that's dangerous that you get yourself drenched in God knows how, but obviously something buggered up with the way he was either applying it or the, you know, apparatus he was using to apply it, whether his backpack sprayer broke or I don't know, but anything that you get covered in like that's gonna make you sick, man. And here's the thing, from what I've read, a lot of the outcry about Roundup is basically just being, you know, founded on emotions at the moment. It's not being based on hard evidence. There was a little bit of hard evidence given at first, and then everyone's going, woo, and blown it way out of proportion. So, look, I'm not going to stop using Roundup, okay? I'll say that much. Do I use it properly? Yes. Do I use it safely? Yes. Do I take precautions when I'm using it? Absolutely, right? I store it in its own container. It's pretty clearly labelled. You know, it's very clearly labelled there that it's glyphosate. You're not going to bloody drink it unless you're an absolute ning-nong. Excuse me. So, you know, and when I'm using it, I am not going, you know, all over the place. It's spray wand, because I use long spray wand most of the time, like my backpack sprayer and stuff, right down to the ground, right over the top of the thing, tiny squirt of it, that's all you need. And at that rate, you'll be alright, okay, because you're not exposing yourself overly to it. If you're using it all day, every day, and you're not using safety gear, and it's going all over the place like you're using a mist blower or something, God forbid, with it, yeah, that's probably going to be dangerous. Anyhow, Monsanto rant there. So, yeah, I think what's being called out is bullshit. Feel free to give me your opinion on it. I don't know, if you've got hard evidence that you can give me to say that it's really bad and dangerous and that's why people are dying from it, go ahead. If you're just, you know, reading the Daily Telegraph and they're saying it's bad and therefore you're telling me it's bad, I don't want to hear from you. Because, you know, I don't have time for, you know, bollocks like that. Stupid. Next thing. Whoop! This is for my Honda. Is also 5 litres, I believe. Not to be taken. No, 4 litres, sorry. Yeah, you read this, guys. Yeah, that's how you keep yourself safe, mate. Not to be taken, right? Very clear. Don't drink this shit. Don't drink that shit. Definitely don't drink that shit. And you're pretty stupid if you drink that shit too. We'll get to that in a minute. Or petrol, by the way. Like, just stuff for garden products and small engines or big engines. Don't drink. It's not for human consumption, okay? That's the easiest way to solve all these problems. Don't be a dickhead. You won't get sick. Anyhow, this stuff's really good. I've actually got to do an oil change soon on the Honda, because it's approaching 75 or 100 hours, one of the two. I've got a whole bunch of my equipment approaching 100 hours now, actually, so like my zero turn, FS94, all those, so I'll be doing 100-hour reviews on them. I'll probably be in a month or two with the rate I'm going at the moment, but yeah, that's coming up. But this is really good stuff, okay? This is premium stuff. This is what they suggest for Honda engines. Obviously, it's my Honda oil. This 10W30, good stuff. Never had any problems with it, been really good. It's synthetic as well, I think, and it's just, yeah, it's good stuff, right? The way I look at it, I don't want to mess around with these things because I'm not all around my oils and everything else, so, yeah, specifically formulated. I don't want to mess around with it, right? I just want to, you know, say, right, what's the best oil for this machine? This one. Okay, let's use it. That's my mantra, because I don't want to be stuffing around with, God knows what else. And like the Stihl oil, this is actually cheaper, bought in bulk. So I bought this, I think it was like $40 or something, and oh wow, I'm just about out of that. Shows you how much Shindaiwa oil we've been going through recently. This is also 5 litres from Stihl Synth Plus. I think this is also their top grade oil, I believe. It's been really good, never had a problem with it. Let's find some English here somewhere. Hello, there we go. Chain lubricant, partly synthetic. Okay, apparently this is the best one you can buy, from Stihl at least. So, you know, I just said to them, just get me the best stuff, right? You know, that's what I've been going for. And again, saves money buying this. You can buy the smaller ones. I'm not sure if my dad got one actually. I don't know, but you know, it's all about just buying more efficiently, right? And when you're doing this commercially, you do look more at that. So, yeah, here we go. So this is the HP Ultra 1.5 litre, right? Still got plenty of that left, so I guess it'll just be a spare or an emergency or whatever. So, yeah, it's the same thing. This is the kind of bottle I keep in my trailer. I just keep one of my old ones of these that I finished, and I just top it up from that. So then when you want to go get your oil, you just look, right, how many litres do I need? 5 litres. Squeeze it in, and there's 5 litres for you. I normally go just a little bit more, so like, and that also actually as a tip, helps if you crack the, I won't do it now because this one hasn't been opened yet, but if you open this cap a little bit, just to let some more airflow in, it lets you fill this up a lot easier, because otherwise it's got pressure, like I can hardly get anything into that. But yeah, I normally go just a little bit above the actual mark. Rob suggested that for me, just because when you're running 4-mix engines especially, it's always better to have a little bit too much than a little bit not enough, and you bugger your engine, because especially the 4-mix engines apparently are very easy to spoil. So yeah, that's the 1.5 of the 51, and that will do you for ages if you're a homeowner, right? Anything really that size will do you for ages. I mean, that'd probably last you a year as a homeowner, right? So do you need all these big oils? No, but for me, because I go through them, yeah, it's good. Same thing with trimmer line as well. I get bulk trimmer line wherever I can. So this is 434 meters, and I love going through this stuff. I actually haven't been using it much recently because I've been using my this stuff, the CF3 Pro, which you would have seen in my last video, I believe. I think it was the last video, yeah. And this stuff has been really good, but the one gripe I have with it is it's not in a big enough spool, right? This is 172 meters, and it's about the same price as 434 meters of this stuff. And it's the same width, it's just a different design, right? But I have been really liking this line, I have to say. It's really good, low noise, can't fault it. But yeah, I just wish they made it in, ideally, if I could get a 500 meter spool, that'd be awesome. For either of these two. I'd love that, because this will last me most of a year. This, I reckon, would probably last me a couple of months, or a month in summer. Because we go through it, right? We do pretty much all of our edging with trimmers, so you generally tend to use a little bit more trimmer line doing that. But you pay for it one way or another. Oh, by the way, had my, I think I spoke about it in the last video, FS94 checked over. Rob kindly came past my place here when he was on his way home from the shop, and checked my 94 because it wasn't running right. It was really like sluggish. Pulled this out. Look at that. This is the spark arrestor from the FS94. It's completely clogged. I hope you can see that if it focuses. But yeah, that's the part at the end versus like I can't even see through that, you know. So that's another thing. I think actually James from Legendary Landscaping recently put up a post on Instagram, a poll saying, does removing the spark arrestor give you more power? I mean, it might not. From what I've heard, it generally does. I haven't noticed, I haven't used the 94 really since we took the spark arrestor out, so I can't comment on that, but this afternoon I might be able to. It certainly sounds a bit different, it's a little bit louder, but it runs a lot nicer now, starts up and gets going a lot easier. So initially when these are clean and it's like new, no, probably won't give you more power, but once they start filling up with carbon, unless you're cleaning it out regularly, yeah, you will see a reduction in your power if you keep the spark arrestor in. It's not recommended that you take them out. I believe it might void your warranty, I don't know. You might want to check that up if you've got a bad dealer, but with Rob, I mean, he took it out himself, so like, can't really say much about that. But yeah, if you're working in high fire risk areas, I might suggest against taking it out. But if you're just doing general, you know, suburban work like me, it probably isn't going to make a difference, in all honesty. I think this video is getting long enough as it is. Just wanted a short little keep it real thing for you all. That's what's going on here. We've had so much rain over the past couple of weeks, like basically every day it's been raining, and it's been raining hard. We have gotten so much rain that, you know, I was like, when's it going to end? Park, let's see how that looks. Oh, it's still overgrown. Well, it's not really overgrown, but it's getting long. Council will probably come in like 5 weeks, slash it down again with the old Kubota, so I don't know. I was going to mow it yesterday, actually, or the day before, so I came home from school early. I was going to do a video for you guys, but I had to update my client records. But yeah, so gist of things, if you're a homeowner, keep it small, right? If you're getting into the business, start off small. You can use those smaller bottles, like even, here's a Ryobi one actually. So I also used this for a while. And this is, how many mils? Doesn't say, but I think it's about 400. 400, 600 mils, something like that. 600 maybe. Oh no, this might be a litre. About a litre, 950 mils I think maybe. You can start off just using something like that even, and that will do you fine if you're building your business. But once you kind of start moving on up, and you start doing more work and you're kind of building, start making the switch to your kind of bigger bulk packs and stuff, because yes, it will be a bit more of an expense at first, but it will save you money in the long run. So you know, you might spend an extra $40 getting the bigger thing of oil, but it will save you a good $25, $30, or maybe not 30, but like $20 to $25 each year. Or even every half year. So you might be saving $50 just on oil every year. And that's a plus, right? Because it all adds up. If you do that for 3 years, suddenly, you know, you've got enough money to buy a new blower or whatever. So, yeah, start small and just keep moving your way up. So I'm probably going to film these couple this afternoon. You've seen them both before. I'll probably do real-time service on the two of them just to show you guys what I do. I'll probably do head mount just because it's, you know, a bit faster, gets the parents fired up a bit less. But yeah, that's what's going on here. Hope you guys are all having a cracker week. Well, it's Saturday today, so have had a cracker week. And yeah, let me know what you think. Again, if you've got any other brands or sizes you'd suggest, please tell me in the comments. But otherwise, we'll see you in the next video. So thank you for watching and have a great day, everyone.